Okay, so there's a new Star Trek series coming out, and I wanted to give off a couple of ideas that I want to see in this new series. Okay, so number 10 is I'd like it to see post Nemesis. So that's after Voyager and after Deep Space Nine and all that. Now, this could be 10 years, could be 20 years, could be 15 years, could be 100 years or whatever after it. I don't really care. Okay, so there's that. There's a couple other things I'm going to get to later, why I want it there. Okay, so number 9, less Technobabble. Now, Star Trek is known for a lot of Technobabble in their shows, and I think that's. I'm not saying we don't want to know warp speed. It's just like, let's do this. Yeah, less of that. And okay. Neither one of those two are real deal breakers, but this one could be a deal breaker. Number 8 is more archy storytelling. Now that means it's not episode to episode sort of run in together and kind of like Deep Space Nine was, except less like that. I think would be better. But yeah, we should remember our own continuity with it, within our own show at least. Okay. Number 7. Less Prime Directive talk. While I think the Prime Directive was a great thing to have in the series of why we didn't do certain things, there's times where it's like halted storytelling and been like, made our guys look really annoying. This one, not necessarily a deal breaker, but we got to sort of hold the reins on it and not make it do that. Okay. Bruen is the main villains of the series. Now, this is something I would like to see. It's not necessarily something that would be like, oh, the Bruen aren't a part of it. That's it. No. This is something. Yeah, no. Let's do something with this. Let's go somewhere. Because when you think about it, the Bruen, well, as far as the Dominion War goes, they came in towards the end. They caused a bit of havoc. And then they weren't the territory that was invaded. It was Cardassia that suffered the real effect of the war. The Bruen, they could have been like badly damaged and stuff, but I think they could come out of this really strong. Maybe they've closed their borders and there hasn't been really any activity within the Bruen Confederacy since the end of the Dominion War. Okay. Number 5, Section 31 subplots. That means like during episodes we sort of like we talk about them. They come up again, and yeah, and that would be a good idea because they were kind of in Enterprise for a bit, and well, I'd like to see them come back. This is number 4, and it kind of goes into my desired crew and all that thing, which I'll probably do another video on. I think I could do a series on this, but yeah, not necessarily actors, but like characters and what sort of people I'd like to see on the show. Must be set on a ship not named Enterprise. Now, I won't say what it is here because I think I'll do that in my crew video, and I'll give a little rundown of what my desired look and all that would be. Um. So yeah, this is my idea. It's like we've kind of gotten the Enterprise recently in the movies, and we kind of got them in there. We've got an Enterprise in Next Generation. Let's look out there and say, give this series a great name that's not Star Trek or something. The Next Generation, the Third Generation, or something like that. Because if we were to do the Enterprise after E, it'd be F, and I'm like, no. But I wouldn't be opposed to with the crew on the new show running into with the Enterprise F, captained by someone else. But yeah. Number 3, a mixture of Trek and non-Trek fan writers. So I think we need a good mixture with this. People who are familiar with the franchise, not necessarily who've worked on it, because there was definitely some new blood needed in Enterprise, and I think there was a few people in there that you might want to bring back, because that last season of Enterprise is actually quite good. So let's bring in the new writing team, and I think a mixture is a good way to go. You haven't got those people that are like, oh no, we can't do this because it's against the thing, and you can sort of go places with it. So that's a good thing. Number 2, this is one I took off a list that somebody else did, and I agree with it. No time travel. Now, again, not a deal breaker. If we do time travel later on, it's for a 2-part episode or something, yeah, that's fine. But there's been plenty of time travel in Trek, so we don't need to do that again. We did it a bunch of times in the movies. We don't need to do it, and we did it heaps in Voyager. We don't need to do it again. Time manipulation is okay. Sort of thing. Okay, and this is the last one. This is vitally important. Hold up a mirror to society, and that is key. So yeah, and yeah, we've got to do that, because while Trek has sort of become this in the 60s show, it was put out a mirror to the style and everything of the 60s, and Next Gen in some ways did hold up a mirror to society in the late 80s, early 90s. Deep Space Nine held up a mirror to society in the mid to late 90s, and Voyager didn't really do anything. It didn't really hold up a mirror to society. It was just trying to tell a story, which failed. By the way, that's another video I'm going to do, is how to improve Voyager. So yeah, and this last thing, and Enterprise occasionally did hold up a mirror, and not great, but did hold up a mirror to a post 9/11 world, and I think we should try and do that in this. How about an episode on that sort of parallels the legalization of marijuana in the world, and how about something that deals with SOPA, and that was a whole heap of stuff, gay rights, gay marriage, and everything like that. How about we do that? Okay. Should really look at this and do this. Well, that's it. I'll come back. I want to check and see if I can work this properly, so I don't have to log it onto the other computer just to load it and then move it again to the next computer. So hopefully this will go up pretty quick. This was a good video. I didn't want to make it too long and drawn out. I think I got to the point pretty quickly here. So yeah, I'll be back, and I may start that Voyager series I've been wanting to do a while, and how to improve how I would have improved Voyager had I know the knowledge I have now back when it was on. See ya.